Welcome to thestockminute.com. I'm Brian Johnson, and another flat day in the markets. Nasdaq looking good though. It was up 7.5 points, and S&P actually beat it ever so slightly percentage-wise, not by numbers. 4.72 was the S&P, but up 0.38%. So everything trying to rally, doing its best to hang around up here. And you know what? As long as it does, the bulls are going to take over here. So if the bears don't come in, and don't come in soon, I'd look for another little push higher here in the market. Still watching these overhead levels as we are. We can get a little bit more aggressive if you want to and try some long trades, especially from an intraday standpoint, since the markets haven't been doing a whole lot. And that is above maybe 11,400, then 11,450, then 11,500 type trades. Otherwise, below is still that 11,325 more aggressive, 11,300 a little bit more conservative. You can see we're just wandering around here. We're getting gaps up, move down, gap up, move down. Very common in this type of environment. When you get really, really close to a top, you tend to get that. Now, that doesn't. If the bears are going to take over, they need to do it. If they wait around too long, then the bulls go fine, whatever, and they just pick it right up again. So that's where we're at right now. Yeah, we're getting good gap up in the morning, move down, gap up in the morning, move down. You'll hear some pundits that'll say, "Oh, it's really bearish. It's really bearish. We're getting ready to crash." Not true. If it's going to happen, the bears need to continue the move to the downside. So I will agree with him. It definitely is more bearish when it gaps up and then runs down all day long, or most of the day, which is what we kind of saw the last couple of sessions. But point is, as long as it doesn't break any major support lines, who cares? Bears are just kind of scratching up a wall, and the bulls are still, chucking rocks down on top of them. Really, at this point, they're just not getting anywhere. Bears have got absolutely no traction going on, so have to be a bigger move. Maybe even a gap below these areas is going to be the way that the bears are going to have to beat these tough support. You can see, look, daily. This is what I'm talking about. Gap up, move down. Over here, we had another gap up, move down. But you can see overall, we're just consolidating. We're moving sideways. For intraday traders, it's not bad as long as it moves. Otherwise, it's tedious. This is tedious trading, especially from a swing trader's perspective. You're just sitting around waiting. And that's fine. That's good. That's a good way to protect your money. Got to be more neutral to bullish. We are up and over this area here. We are up into this area here, and we are moving sideways. All of that, for the time being, is bullish. Bears have got to break these levels down here for me to even get interested on the bear side in a big way. So, watching for breaks below here. Watch this 11,200 mark. That would be very, very strong support. If it can get back below this area, I don't know, 11,000 maybe, but it's one thing at a time. We got to even get below 11,300 before I can start talking about some of these lower levels down here. Just keep that in mind. Coming into tomorrow's trading, next week is options expiration. So maybe we see a big move tomorrow, but if we don't, first couple hours of the day, if they drag and don't really go anywhere, don't be surprised if maybe we just kind of putz around tomorrow as well and then start our volatility coming into options expiration week. Next Monday. NASDAQ 60 minute, same thing. Gap up, move down, consolidate. See, gap up, move down. Then the bulls brought it right back up again. Now gap up, move down, consolidate. Nothing to look at. Go ahead, move along. Nothing to look at here. Yeah, still just consolidating. I think this is just making a big triangle for the time being. We're waiting for breaks above here and below here as we have been for a while. NASDAQ daily looking the same way. Just the gap up, move down. Here was a try to make a move below this 2200-ish area, and it finished just about that, or above that mark by the end of the day. Here, same thing again, gap up, move down, still holding above the 2200 area. Ultimately, it's right around 1180-ish, really, on this support line right here. So, in doing very, very well of keeping that line intact so far. Weekly, same thing. We'll wait till the end of tomorrow to really make an assessment on where we're at there, but everything looks good and bullish for the time being. SPX looks very good too, putting in this little high up here, getting a nice run to the upside, seeing this gap up, move down, but once again, same situation. Bears are not taking over. They're not getting any kind of confirmation on their moves. So, got to give it to the bulls, and the bulls continue to move this thing upwards. Got a little bit more information here. We can make this into a bunch of different patterns, but we've talked about the 1, then the 2. I'm going to maybe call this 3 up here by the time it's all said and done. This could be some sort of a weird correction here. Who knows what we're doing here? This could be 4. Now we could be working on a 5 to the upside. This could be some sort of a triangle 4 here because we did not make a new high. Notice this. We missed the high. That was curious to me. So maybe, I don't know, A, B, C type of thing. So A, then B, then maybe C is yet to come. Maybe we do see another move down tomorrow, but we're just watching these lower lines to make sure they all hold on any push to the downside. Maybe we consolidate for a couple of days before the final bust upwards coming into Christmas. That should give us a lot of holiday cheer. Give everybody a lot of opportunity to get in on some good trades and hold for a while coming into Christmas. And here we go. We consolidated in this area. Look, today we busted up and out of it. So no reason not to be bullish up here. I'm going to tell you guys to watch very closely this 1235, 1240-ish area. I'm really going to be very cautious up there myself. There's some upper levels there we could get to as well, 1250, 1270 before this run is over with, but it's anyone's guess where it goes. Just keep in mind that we have not made new highs yet, so I'd be very cautious up and over 1235. However, that is your next area to maybe look at a little bit of a long play. Maybe we get a gap up there tomorrow. If we get a gap in the morning, watch, of course, for the old gap and run down, because that's been the MO lately on any gap to the upside. However, any gap to the downside has been a gap down and run up. So on any, whatever we get tomorrow morning, whether it's a gap up or a gap down, sit around, wait for a little bit. Give it a good 15 minutes, half an hour to decide what it's going to do before you make your move so that you don't get burned or caught up in emotions. It's the best way to stay away from emotional trading. Just let the markets tell you which way to go. Give it time. It's all right. Not going to miss that much. SPX Weekly, same thing here. Rolling up. Looks very, very good up here. Looks like it wants to push even a little bit higher. So it would not be surprised me if we do see that little push higher. If we get lower, watch that 1225 area. That's certainly the area, or the 1220ish, I'm sorry. 1220ish area, that's the area the bulls will absolutely want to try to hold by the close of tomorrow. VIX daily down again, and this time staying below this little support level we had here. So give it that one more push up, give it this little push down in the VIX. Markets go up, VIX goes down, comes back to meet this lower blue line. Then maybe we see a bit of a bounce to the upside on the markets and a little bit of a drop in the markets from that point on. Weekly, same thing, still back inside this little channel we've been watching for a while, but it's mostly just consolidation and no fear in the market and no closes up and above this 23 area, and now we're not even warm. We're not even remotely in the area of that 23 area. So lots of just nobody's nervous right now. Apple 60-minute was down, but notice this is kind of giving me this whole consolidation thing too. This is starting to give me what looks like a very clean triangle in through here. So you're looking for a move above maybe 322 and a move below maybe 317ish, 318, somewhere like that. I think those will be your trades on Apple if you're looking for it. But still, coming into Christmas, I got to be a little bit more bullish on Apple just because it is Apple. So any kind of a pullback, though, man, I'm licking my chops. I like this 315, 316, 315 area down in here for some support. And if we get it and it holds, man, I'm looking to take Apple into Christmas. Apple Daily, same type of thing too, hanging out up here right around that 320-ish level. You can see, I told you 320 would be a tough level. We gapped above it, ran back down, then got back above it the next day. Today we gap up, run down. 320's really sticking it to the markets right now. Weekly, holding out, very, very nice. So, want to look at this little flat line we've got here. That is right at around that 320 area, and you can see we've been consolidating there very nicely. Let's see where that closes tomorrow by the time it's all said and done. FAS got the gap up, run down, run up, getting up above this support. Tough trading on this one. Did not come back to completely retest it, so you would have had to have been a little bit more on the speculative side to trade this thing long today. But the banking index and everything else overall looked very, very nice today. Looks like it's holding out. So as long as it holds up, markets will hold up as well. Shooting straight upwards, looking at this $26.50 to $27 as your overhead resistance levels. Any pullback, look for it to hit the 25 level and hold at the 200. FAS, we got below the areas I've been talking about, but just barely. I'm going to point right to the daily, and you can see my real mark was below this 10, whatever this is down here, 1040-ish or so. Let's inspect it and find out. But right around this 1040-ish level down here, 1050-ish level was my get short. However, we got a gap. Once again, we got a gap, come back and retest, and then move back down again. Tough trading, very difficult to trade that way, and we didn't get the break below 1020. We did. We closed just at 1018, but really wasn't a whole lot we could do at that point. So tough trading within FAZ, but right now no reason to get bullish on this stock. Let it get back up and over about 11 bucks before you start looking to maybe pour some money into this thing to the long side. But as it is right now, there's just no reason to get overly bullish on this at all. Everything looks very good. Trend looks very strong to the bear side on FAS, which means the bull side for FAS. Bearish on FAZ, sorry, bullish on FAS. Trend looks good so far, so unless there's some sort of a major reversal or news that comes out, this thing could continue to just drag its way downwards. Watch for breaks tomorrow below about 10.15-ish or so, 10.10-ish, even $10 really. If you want to be more conservative, wait for it to break 10. Look for your trades there, and I'll be back with you again tomorrow night for Weekend Wrap-Up. Bye.